What's going on, everybody? Happy Thursday to you all. Who's ready for a beer? Look, I'm ready for a beer. Do you guys ever have that feeling of like your nose feels like it's runny, but it's not, but then it like has that feeling like it is? That's what I'm dealing with right now, and it's kind of annoying. Especially when I have to do a damn review. It's like trying to blow my nose, and then it's like, no, you don't need to blow your nose because your nose isn't as snotty right now. So, but now I've just got to deal with it feeling like it's snotty, but it's not. It sucks. What's going on, everybody? Lee, DC, Duchess, Derek, Pam, what's up? How you all doing? How are you all doing this afternoon? Hopefully you guys are having a great Thursday. Up, 4 o'clock, people. Let's do this. What is going on, everybody? Happy Thursday to you all. Welcome to another live beer review. Is the intro still loud? Is it, Derek? Are you using headphones? It's probably why. I don't know. I'll play with it after the stream today. What's going on, everybody? Today we have another cool sounding beer today. I'm really excited for this one. I've had a couple beers from this brewery before, but this is my first time my first time reviewing one of their stuff. So today we're going to be looking at the Science of Selling Space Junk from Destination Unknown Beer Co. And I just really like that counter art. Like, we just appreciate just how cool that looks. I don't know. Just having that kind of space kind of theme. I don't know. This one screams Stan, if anybody. I could definitely say so myself. This is like Stan's kind of style and artwork, I feel. But yeah, that's really cool. These guys are out of, I believe, what's it, Long Bay, New York. Bay Shore. Wow, totally wrong. They're in the South Shore of Long Island, but they're out of the town of Bay Shore, New York, which New York is known for a lot of microbrews. So I'm excited to kind of go into the realm of seeing what other kind of stuff I can try out of New York. So before we get into today's beer, let's talk about the brewery a little bit. So Destination Unknown Beer Company is located in the South Shore of Long Island in the thriving town of Bay Shore, New York. And a longtime passionate homebrewers, we opened a small barrel brewery and tasting room in the spring of 2014. After a short while, the massive public support, we began expanding our brand into into what it is today. A 7,000 square foot production facility currently producing more than 20 times our initial capacity on 2 different brew systems. So that's awesome. 20 times more than their initial capacity that they had when they started is fantastic. A bustling tap room and a beer garden are an eccentric mix of award-winning beers and almost cult following from our amazing supporters. Our humble beginning as home brewers lends itself to our brewing style. Thoughtful mix of old and new. We brew a staggering amount of different beers throughout the years. When we expand into our larger production system, we kept our old equipment, which now acts as a pilot brewery for innovative new beers. Seasonally is one of our sessionality is one of our focuses. So they focus on different kind of sessionable style of beers, which is really cool. We must-have styles like pumpkin beer in the fall, as well as interesting beers such as hibiscus guava wheat and refreshing fruit sour beers in the spring and summer. Okay, so they focus on seasonal style beers, which is really cool. So people always ask where the name came from, and no, it's not a Rancid song. It comes from a never-ending sense of exploration and experimentation. World travel and experiencing new cultures has been a passion of ours for many years. The diversity of the world and its cultures lends inspiration to our craft every day. So yeah, that's pretty cool. They take inspiration of what they've learned over the years. I really like that they've kind of started as a small brewery at first, and then just because they got so popular when it comes to people enjoying their stuff, they got to over 20 times of what their original capacity was able to do. So these guys have to be good, in my opinion, then. And I really like that they have their original machines that they had when they first opened are now the machines they use to kind of experiment with making new styles of beer. So it's kind of from one of those situations, like from where you were to where you are now. It's kind of a really, really cool thing that they do that. So let's talk about this beer. So the science of selling space junk. It's a double dry hopped IPA with, I believe it's Comet and Galaxy hops. So I'm expecting a little bit of like a nice citrusiness, maybe like a little bit of a grapefruit, maybe a little bit of I don't think I've really had many beers with Comet hops in there before. So I'm excited to see what kind of flavors that gets off. Maybe some dankiness. I know with Galaxy, it kind of gives like a good mixture of like grapefruit citrus, and then with like a little bit of like hoppy, dank, kind of resiny kind of flavors in there with it. So yeah, I'm excited for this one. So yeah, this comes in at a 7% ABV. So yeah, it's right on that kind of sessionable, good drinking IPA range. But without further ado, let's crack this guy open and see what we're getting. Oh yeah, we're very, very strong citrusy grapefruit on the smell right away. Getting like a different kind of like fruit note in there, maybe like peach, passion fruity kind of note in there. Not really much of a hoppy kind of smell, like a hoppy dank smell, but yeah, this smells fantastic. So I was talking to somebody over at Destination Unknown earlier today, and they DM'd me asking where I got this beer, because this batch, they brewed it in December, so they were just making sure that none of their stuff was still being sold pretty much past the date they wanted it. But I told them I purchased off Tavor, and I got the crate back in January, and they have to say their suggested kind of drink time is between maybe 1 to 4 weeks after packaging. So, but I've had plenty of their beers before to where it's like I know in my head that the flavor is still kind of go pretty strong, go in between maybe like the 2 to 3 month mark, almost getting to that 4-month range. But look at that color, holy hazy. That looks absolutely delicious. A nice kind of like grapefruity kind of color. Definitely a really, really nice head to it. Nice white, frothy head. But yeah, very, very strong notes of like grapefruit. Get maybe like a little bit of like a different fruit sweetness, maybe like a peach or a passion fruit in there. But I'm really interested to see what that Comet hops does to this. I don't remember having any beers with Comet hops in there unless it was around the time where I really wasn't paying attention to what hops were in beers I was drinking. But let's give this guy a try. So, cheers, everybody. Okay, wow. So right up front, I'm getting a very nice kind of malt. It kind of throws you through a different loop a little bit. So on the smell, I'm getting very, very strong like grapefruity notes, but then I think that Comet is what's making this very, very interesting flavor in here. Kind of giving more stronger like peach flavors go in there, maybe like a little bit of like a maltiness going in there as well. A very, very nice sweetness added to this. I'm really, really, really enjoying that kind of slight sweet maltiness going in there as well. But it's like that really dank, really peachy kind of very smooth tasting IPA flavor that I'm getting right now. And I was not expecting that at all. I was expecting a bright kind of grapefruit flavor along with maybe like a nice pine citrus mix. But right off the bat, I'm getting like a strong like peach fuzz like kind of situation to where it's not really giving that for the mouthfeel, but it's that kind of part of the peach where it's closer to the outside for me. But it's mixing between like a peach malt sweetness along with like that kind of a very, very nice predominant like dank resiny kind of flavor as well. It's very, very wow. This is delicious. Definitely was not what I was expecting in a very good way. So, yeah, that's kind of giving like a little bit of like some kind of like jelly note to this a little bit. I don't know. There's some kind of like nice, interesting element that kind of gives like an aftertaste of like how like a jelly would give in your mouth. But I know that's not in here, but that's what I'm getting, and it's very, very interesting. Maybe like now that I drink it a little bit more, maybe like an apricot. I'm getting like apricot preserve kind of notes in here. I don't know why, but that's what I'm getting. And it's actually mixing in really, really well. So let's see what the profile of this guy is. So there's no surprise that an IPA with stratospheric taste levels of Comet and Galaxy hops is the invention of physics teacher turned brewery owner. So, but in this one from Destination Unknown, the science of selling space junk. It's a juicy peach, clean citrus, and pithy grapefruit flavor. Doesn't need any fancy formulas or hypotheses to coax craft fans into grabbing a can. Hopheads who've tried this say that it tastes more like space treasure than space junk. So, this brew even comes dressed in a neo-retro space-themed can for fully integrated craft cosmonaut experience. If you look closely, you might even peep Starman sitting on top of his red Tesla Roadster, blasting across the can. Let's look at that. Ah, yeah, look at that. There he is. Look at that. That's pretty cool. I like that. So, yeah. So, getting the nice... I'm not really getting much of a grapefruit in there. Maybe kind of like a little bit of like a citrus aftertone. But I'm definitely getting like a nice mix of like peach, like a nice like smooth clean citrus in there. But those predominant flavors are like peach and getting like kind of like an apricot kind of note in here as well. That's mixing really well. There's a nice sweetness into it. There's a nice really dank like resiny kind of flavor going along with this one. This is awesome. Absolutely awesome. And I love the color of this one. You can definitely... Very, very nice. Let me pour the rest of this in there so we don't want to waste it. But, okay. So, let's see. What does Untappd have to say about this guy? So, like I said before, this is a double dry hopped IPA with Comet and Galaxy hops coming in at a 7% ABV which is definitely a really nice percentage when it comes to a nice sessionable IPA, in my opinion. And with over 1,472 rating, this one has an average rating of 3.99 out of 5. So, yeah, really good so far. There's still a lot of people checking in that they purchased off Tavour, so that I can see there's a decent amount of people that are just getting to the stuff now. Probably had people had a bunch of stock that purchased off Tavour and are finally getting to these now. A couple check-ins from May. So let's see. Purchase off Tavour. Somebody give it a 4.25 out of 5. Let's see. Somebody give it a 4.75. 4 out of 5. Purchase from Tavour. 3.75. Let's see. 4.5 saying Science of Deliciousness. I totally agree. Another, let's see, 3.75 purchase off Tavour. 3.25 purchase off Tavour. Another 4.25 saying Long Day, good beer. I highly agree with that. Another 3.75. So yeah, you're seeing stuff between like 3.75 around to that kind of 4.25 realm, which I can definitely see why. The flavors in here are really, really nice. Definitely really enjoy that kind of like dank, resiny flavor I'm getting from it. That's just very, very predominant and just overall really smooth. It has a really, really like creamy kind of mouthfeel to it. Definitely, you can taste the juiciness in this one. But there's that note of like an apricot peach kind of preserved flavor that I'm getting in my mouth. That's really probably my favorite thing about drinking this, to be honest. It's a very unique flavor that I haven't really gotten much with many IPAs. I don't think I've had many IPAs that bring in like apricot flavors. I've had some fruited sours where they use apricot in there, but not to have that kind of like apricot preserve kind of note. But I think they did this one very, very well. So let's start going off our grading systems here, because why not? Can art. Yeah, I really enjoy this can art. Definitely something with the colors in here and all like the kind of outer space kind of feels. Yeah, this is something that fits what I look for in can art completely. Very, very bright colors, nice vibrant kind of 80s with the color theme. I really like their logo, and they kind of abbreviate their stuff on the side and then their insignia with Destination Unknown kind of situation. But the astronaut right there having that kind of 80s kind of space junk themed font, along with a little cursive with the pink on top. And then just having that Tesla Roadster right in the corner going towards the moon is that nice, really smooth extra touch. Yeah, the colors they use and the kind of can art they did with this one is fantastic. Definitely something that I can see myself noticing right away when it comes to seeing this in a liquor store or bottle shop, for sure. And yeah, really, really cool. They took a good amount of real estate when it comes to putting little things in the background, like having like a little bit of like a planet kind of show up right there with maybe like a satellite coming through, shooting star kind of situations. So really, really like that. So yeah, easy 4.5, 4.75 for can art for me. Really, really cool. Really enjoy this one. And let's see. If I got this beer in a flight at Destination Unknown, would I get another one? To be honest, I want to see what this one would be like fresh out of the tap. See if there's any like different flavors, because I'm kind of taking into account the flavors I might be getting maybe from the sitting a little bit past its kind of drink by date kind of situation. But that's fine, because on the bottom it says, what does it say? Best by 3/3/2021, which, so I'm drinking it past the best by date, but that's fine. Definitely really enjoy the flavors I'm getting off this one. But if I was just going off of the flavors I'm getting right now, would I get another one if I got in the flight? Absolutely. Absolutely. I really like the flavors I'm getting off there. Of course, if you look in the bottom of the glass, you can see a nice, decent amount of sediment. Not too much, but that's okay. That's just concentrated flavor when it comes to an IPA. But yeah, I probably would definitely get another one of these. If just off the flavors right now that I'm getting, 100% will get another one. Really, really enjoy it. But let's see, what is my final rating on this guy going to be? Can art is awesome. I really like the flavors I'm getting. There's a really, really high amount of like piney, kind of danky, resiny kind of flavors that I'm enjoying. That kind of slight citrus. I would say citrus is like kind of like the smallest note in this one, in my opinion. But when it comes to having that like apricot peach kind of preserve kind of flavor that I'm getting, that I'm most likely guessing that's not the flavor you're supposed to be getting in this one, but since it's the past drink by date on this one, I would say that's probably one of the reasons, because things got a little bit more incorporated and kind of mixed a little bit more. But that flavor I'm getting off it right now, I'm actually really, really enjoying. So don't be afraid to kind of drink beers past the drink by date, even though they kind of tell you like the best time to drink an IPA is between 1 to 4 weeks after it being packaged and canned and all that stuff. So kind of wanted to put that out there. Don't be afraid to drink a beer past its best by date, because it gives kind of a little bit more time for those flavors to incorporate a little bit more and kind of get those hoppy flavors to kind of deep, like have some depth to them and kind of change a little bit, which is always really cool to kind of change up the experience a little bit, because you can have a beer that's you drink around maybe like the 1 to 4 week kind of date after it's been canned, and then go to it probably one that's been like 2 to 3 months, and it'll have different flavors in it. That's why it kind of very, very kind of in the realm of steeping, like, or like putting cellaring like stouts and everything. It changes the flavors, but it's not as much of a cellar date. You don't really cellar it, you just drink it past when you should, and it changes up the flavors a little bit. I am not against people doing it. I think you can get some pretty good flavors off of drinking it past the drink by date. You just gotta kind of just take it for the grain of salt, and it's personal preference, really, to be honest, when it comes to if you want to drink it fresh or if you want to drink it where it kind of has a little bit of the flavors kind of incorporated a little more and kind of given more of like deeper flavors of the hops. But overall, I'm really enjoying the flavors I'm getting with this one. So I think my final rating on this one, I'm going to give this a solid 7.75 out of 7.75, almost to 8. I think I'm going to stick with this to be like straight an 8 out of 10 for me. Really, really good. I highly recommend anybody going over to Destination Unknown Beer Co. Try out some of their stuff. Look at their tap room. Let's see if we can see any pictures of what this place looks like. I'm curious. Because if it's a really cool looking kind of tap room, I'm 100% down. And then they have the gallery, which is, of course, I feel like it's a token thing whenever you go to a brewery. And if they don't have the chalkboard when it comes to what the shows of the different brews that they have on tap, what are you doing? I think that the chalkboard kind of situation is a really good touch when it comes to pretty much any situation of going to a brewery. Let's see, are they one of those breweries that puts dollar bills on? Because I'm looking at one of the pictures and it says there's a $20 bill stapled to the side. So I wonder if that was like a special $20 bill to them, or maybe one of their first like dollar bills that they got at the brewery. But they also have a bunch of other cool things on their website. They have, let's see, hats, shirts, tote bags. Let's see what else they got. Hats. Let's see what kind of glassware they got. Oh yeah, they got the Teku goblets. They got some pint glasses. So really, really cool options for you guys over there. But I want to see if they have a shipping option. So let's see. Because if they have shipping options, so next delivery Friday, currently unavailable. So I'm thinking delivery is on. Let's see. Delivery notes. Deliveries will arrive by 7 p.m. on scheduled day of delivery. So $40 minimum contactless delivery. Please allow more time for your shipping if you are outside of your local delivery zone. So my kind of situation with this, what if you wanted to get your hands on some Destination Unknown, would be to check out some of your local liquor stores / bottle shops in that area. I'm guessing you could probably find their stuff pretty easily in the state of New York. Or if you go to your local liquor store and you say if they can get some stuff from Destination Unknown, they probably can from like a distributor or something like that. So always try to grow that relationship with your local like liquor store owner / kind of beer like shop owner, because if they're looking to get some new stuff in, you can give them suggestions, and it's if they can get it distributed in, you can get a new favorite, or other people can find some new favorites of theirs. So I always suggest kind of growing that relationship with somebody who owns a liquor store to where they can kind of have like a contact over at a distributor to where they can change different stock of what goes in them, and then all that kind of stuff. It's a really cool thing. So other than that, really, really solid beer from Destination Unknown. Would highly recommend if you can get your hands on this one. Or when it comes probably back on tap, I'm guessing going to be around December of this year, like it was last year when it kind of released, or when they started canning it in December. So keep an eye out for like more like the colder months of when this beer is probably going to be released again. Maybe, I don't know. This might have been a one-off, so just keep it out. I definitely would recommend other stuff from Destination Unknown. They have like their Abuse of Power kind of line, and they have one they call Abuse of Powder. So a bunch of other lines that they have. Let's see if they have something that shows what's on tap right over there. So if you're local to the tap house or the tap room, and kind of see what's on tap right now. Let's see if they have anything. Pick up. So let's see. They have, cans. So yeah, you can get some. You can get some pilsners. You can get some rattlers, IPAs, bottled. So they have a bunch of stuff that you can get with local pickup. So. Oh, they have the Abusive Stout. The Abusive Stout I highly recommend. The Force Science is really good too. So you have a bunch of options that if you want to go over to Destination Unknown and pick up a couple 4-packs for a curbside pickup, you can do that as well. They have some really good ones available for that. But other than that, that's pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. So big shout out to Destination Unknown for kind of putting this beer out there. Sorry about that, I got to it a little bit late, but that's okay. It still tasted delicious. So another solid beer from another brewery from out of it that I wouldn't be able to get my hands on if it wasn't for Tavour. So if you haven't tried out Tavour yet, it's a beer delivery / beer subscription service to where it's kind of iffy if it's available near you. I know they're available within like the Dallas area of Texas. You can get them down in the DC area, or if you're in the area where I am, northwest suburbs of Chicago, you could also get their stuff delivered to you as well. It's kind of iffy when it comes to getting stuff from them because they use local delivery services. So sometimes if you don't have a small carrier service kind of being able to deliver your stuff or have the capability to partner with Tavour, you won't be able to get that stuff delivered to you. So you just need to download the app. The link to pretty much their website is down below. You can download the app that way. And just put in your zip code and they'll let you know right away if you can get stuff delivered to you. It's pretty simple. And if you can, the options you have available to you when it comes to having a build your own box situation to where kind of just choose what they have available at the time, or you can just give them types of beer that you like and they will give you random beers that fit that profile per month. It's a really, really cool thing. Also, if you want to shoot me a friend request on Untappd, my link to my profile is down in the description below. Shoot me a friend request. I want to see what everybody else is drinking as well, so I can kind of keep an eye out of stuff that I can possibly find in my local area, or I can find that stuff on Tavour. Who knows? They have a bunch of stuff on there to where I might see that, or I might recognize the name and like, oh, I might have to get that. So other than that, that's pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you everybody again for tuning in. You guys are amazing. If you like what you see, make sure to hit that like button on your way out. It would help me a lot. Or if you're new to the channel and you like what you see, make sure to hit that subscribe button along with that notification bell. We'll let you know whenever I go live doing another beer review. But other than that, that's pretty much it, guys. So without further ado, it's Throwdown Thursday. I'm going to say it like I always do before we do this. Remember, if you're going to drink responsibly. Don't drink and drive. Hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. And let's do some cheers to Throwdown Thursday, people. Cheers. See ya.